Hi everyone, today we'll make a review of one of the biggest global ride-sharing service which has disrupted the modern transportation service platform as we know it and at one point grew to become the highest valued private startup company in the world, which is the Uber Technology Incorporated. Uber Technology is an American ride services and merchant delivery service platform that connects consumers with independent provider of ride services for ride-sharing services and also connect driver and other consumer with restaurant, grocers, and other stores with delivery service provider for meal preparation, grocery, and other delivery services. Basically, the company does not own any vehicles but receive a commission from each booking. Fares, which vary using a dynamic pricing model based on local supply and demand at the time of booking, are quoted to the customer in advance. The company operates through three segments, which are the mobility, delivery, and freight. The mobility segment refers to the product that connect consumer with mobility drivers who provide the vehicle rides. The delivery segment offers consumer to search for and discover local restaurant and order a meal and store delivery. And freight segment connect carrier with shippers on the company's platform and enable carriers upfront, transparent pricing, and the ability to book a shipment, as well as transportation management and other logistics services. The company was founded by Oscar Guyton, Travis Kalanick, and Garrett Camp in 2009 and is headquartered in San Francisco, with operation in approximately 72 countries and 10,000 cities. It was formerly known as UberCab before changed its name to UberTech in February 2011. 10 years after its founding, Uber went public by announcing an IPO with an offering of 180 million shares trading at a price of $45 per share. It then began trading at $42 per share on NYSE on May 10. The IPO raked an $8.1 billion, putting the company valuation at around $75 billion. It was the biggest IPO of the years on the NYSE and one of the 10 largest ever. Today, the share price was traded on NYSE under the symbol Uber with a market cap of $94 billion as of August 17, 2022. Second quarter financial result on August 2nd and a key metric came in above what investor has anticipated. The share price surged 90% on the day following the announcement. The provider of the ride-sharing service reported revenue soared 105 year-over-year to $8.07 billion, beating analyst expectation by $700 million. The company also said that it generated free cash flow of $382 million in the quarter. It was the first time Uber reached the goal, which it has promised investors when stripping out one-time costs. Meanwhile, its gross booking rose 33% to $29 billion. The company is now expecting gross booking in the third quarters in the range of $30 billion. The company, however, also posted a net loss of $2.6 billion compared to a net profit of $1.1 billion a year earlier, mainly due to $1.7 billion headwind from its equity investment. As a result, it reported a net loss of $1.33 share earning, broadly missed analyst expectation. Next Uber earning date is on November 9th. Now here we can see the historical daily share price chart and data for Uber Technology since inception. The latest closing stock price for Uber Tech as of August 17, 2022 is $30.72. The all-time high Uber Tech stock was at $94.05 on February 11, 2021. And the average Uber stock price for the last 52 weeks is $34.96. UberTech's stock price has been falling since the beginning of this year, Uber share have dropped by 22% in 2022 thus far, and this represent a significant underperformance relative to the S&P 500's 13% pullback in the same period. We at Golden Brokers has highlighted several key reasons for Uber's year-to-date share price fall. Number one, weak consumer sentiment leading to lower revenue. People are cutting back on non-essential spending like rides and food deliveries and switching to public transport and cooking their own meals instead in the short term. Secondly, worries that UberTech will have to increase its drivers' incentive in a substantial way to compete with its main rival Lyft. Lyft would boost to get more drivers to its platform. If Uber becomes more aggressive in competing with Lyft for driver, this could translate into higher driver incentive and weaker profitability for the company going forward. Thirdly, regulatory headwinds. Global regulatory risks always remain a concern for the company. Fourth, the higher gasoline price. The fifth one is the shortage of drivers. The Uber CEO comments cited in May and June points to a slower pace of recruiting for the company in the foreseeable futures. And the last one is inflation. These factors discussed above are responsible for Uber Tech stock price correction. While Uber stock isn't a screaming buy yet, but its business, however, is recovering according to us, and its bottom line is stabilizing. Therefore, we think the stock is worth nibbling on right now. The investors shouldn't assume it has bottomed out in the stock market yet. We remain positive on Uber considering the company above expectation in the second quarter's result, favorable long-term outlook, and undemanding valuation. The result of the second quarter's earnings were particularly impressive given the growing list of macro and micro concerns weighing on the company. We believe that Uber can meet the market's long-term expectation relating to its EBITDA margin and free cash flow growth. One key factor is the positive impact of declining consumer acquisition costs over time, driven by its multi-product platform. Another key factor is positive operating leverage brought about by economy of scale. This is especially true for new, fast-growing business like advertising, which Uber will take some time to grow to a certain size. Uber also continued to show that it has emerged stronger from the pandemic with strong execution and category position gain in key market in both its mobility and delivery segment. Uber stock price has fell by 5% on the last day, on yesterday, Wednesday 17th, from $38 to $30.72, and has now fallen 3 days in a row. The price has been going up and down for the short-term period, and there has been around 2% gain for the last 2 weeks. Volume fell on the last day along with the stocks, which is actually a good sign as volume should follow the stock. Volume that fell together with the price during the last day, and this reduced the overall risk as volume should follow the price movement. The stock lies in the middle of a very wide and strong rising trend in the short term, and further rise within the trend is signaled. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise during the next 3 months, with probability to hold a price between $29.55 and $34.83 at the end of the period. On further gains, the stock will meet resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately 37.47 cents, and on a fall, the stock will find some support from the long-term average at approximately $26.91. There is a buy signal from the 3-month MACD on the indicator of 1.21. Some negative signal were issued as well, and this may have some influence on the near short-term development. UberTech's 50-day simple moving average is 24.73 on the share price of Wednesday $30.72, making it a buy technically, though the 200 days SMA is at 32.57, creating a sell signal. For us at Golden Brokers Limited, Uber stock remained a top pick. The confident about the supply of driver, the generation of free cash flow, and the transitioning toward consistent profitability be the main preference for us to choose Uber as the right choice. Until we meet again, thank you.